Hey everyone, it's James, and what I want to show you is one of the coolest features hidden inside the PX8 called preset mode. And what preset mode gives you is a one-button access to like a clean rhythm and lead sound. So any effect combination you can come up with, you can have them all triggered by a single foot switch press. Right now I'm using pedal switcher in its default mode, which just means every pedal has a corresponding foot switch. So I have 8 pedals and I have 8 loops here. So for example, I have number 6 where the microvibe sits, so if I hit that, and let's say giggity on 3, and add some reverb with the blue sky on 8, and some timeline on 7. Let's say I want to add sort of a texture thing, I can add in the pitchfork, and then use my little volume pedal here. Now, one of the difficult things is going to be when you want to take this sound and either quickly get to it or switch to a lead sound, which may just be your sonic distortion. They're sitting on 2 and nothing else. So I'm going to show you how to put this thing in preset mode. So to do that, we first power the unit down by just unplugging the power cable. You're going to power it back up holding 5. Blinks, and then make sure number 5 is enabled, so the LED's on. Power it back down. Now, while it doesn't look any different, we are now in preset mode. So what I'm going to do is put a little label on here so you can see what's happening. So we're going to come back in 2 seconds. Okay, so what I've done is labeled the PX8 because I'm blind as a bat and I can't see the stuff from far away. So I also use 2 colors of Sharpie, so there's a red and a black, and it'll make sense all in a second here. So what you're going to notice is on the PX8, the buttons that were originally 6, 7, and 8 have now become presets 1, 2, and 3. What was button 5 has now become a bank button. So what it does is when the light's off, you actually have access to loops 1 through 4. When the light's on, it banks you up to loops 5 through 8. So when the light's off, I can see fuzz face, SD9, giggity, compressor. Up, the light on. Now it becomes verb, delay, vibe, and pitch. So I still have access to all the loops I had before, but it gives me the ability to actually make these presets over here. So let's go ahead and make one. So I'm in number 1. Let's say that's just going to be the clean. So what I like to have is a little giggity, and then I want to turn on a little bit of reverb. So now that should be giggity and reverb. Now to save that, all I have to do is hold down that preset button and button number 1. You'll see them flashing, and I'm done. So every time I hit that, it's always going to go to that combination I set up. So let's hit another one. Let's go to 2, and we'll make that, say, a distorted sound. So let's go ahead and turn on the SD9. And maybe over here we'll turn on delay and verb. So cool. So again, to save that, we hold down that preset button and button number 1 again. They flash and it's saved. Now here's a reminder, is that this doesn't change with the preset. So you can always say leave this on, effects 5 through 8, and you'll see them changing. Or if you always want access to the first 4 loops, you can leave them there, and you'll see the SD9 coming on for that lead sound, and then the giggity on with the SD9 off for the clean. What I like to do is actually leave it on 5 through 8 because what I'm going to do is use the presets 1, 2, 3 to kind of set up my favorite sort of distortion gain pedals, and then I flavor after. So for the third one, I want to make that my ambient sort of keyboard sound. So that's going to be that thing we did earlier. So we're going to turn that off. So we want to turn on giggity. And then on 5 through 8, we're going to turn on the pitch, vibe, delay, and verb. Save it by holding down preset 3 and button 1 again. Thanks. And it's saved. So let's see what we got.